Happy Monday everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here, and if you're new I hope you enjoyed this video and you consider subscribing to this channel if you like videos related to journaling. We do a lot of that in here and I would love to have you here for the next video, of course. Today we are having another journal with me video. This is going to be for week 41 part 1. If you're new to this channel, I usually like to split my journal with me videos into 2 or 3 parts depending of the week, but usually about 2 parts, and so that way I can have a good amount of layouts but without making the video too long. So for this week I'm going to be creating 3 different layouts. Those are from actually the layouts from last week, week 41. So I'm going to be creating the layouts from Monday October 5th all the way through Wednesday October 7th. So yeah, let's go ahead and dive in. So for this first layout here, again Monday October 5th, I did receive in the mail a beautiful package from one of my pen pals. She was so sweet to send me extra goodies. She didn't have to, but she was so sweet to do it. So of course, if you've been here before, you guys know that anything that I receive in the mail, any piece of ephemera, I like to add those to my layouts to remind me of the day of what happened. This is the whole idea behind me journaling. I like to remember all the things that happened in my life, and I think that's a great place to put it, those ephemeras, instead of just tucking in a box and inside of a closet and never look into it. So I love to keep my letters and cards that I receive in the mail in my journal, and if possible I like to edit them exactly on the day that I received it. So this was not different, so I decided to cut her envelope because it was quite long, so it didn't quite fit well, but I didn't want to just throw it out the other piece, so I was trying to figure it out where to put it there. At some point I considered just adding to the collage on the left, but then I just decided to add it inside of the envelope, and you're gonna see in a second. So yeah, her entire letter theme was just because she kind of played a little bit of with the words there. It was just a lot of fun. I really liked the theme that she went with, and she included beautiful pieces of ephemera, so of course I had to edit some of those and decorate my page with the things that she sent it to me. So she sent me those beautiful doilies with some tea stain on them, and also some tea stain or coffee stain, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm assuming it's probably tea. Paper as well, vintage paper, so I added that for the collage. And she also sent me this beautiful tag that says just because. So I added that, and I decided to add this paper doll. This one was gifted to me by another pen pal, but this paper doll had like yellow boots and a yellow kind of like a jacket on top of her dress, so I thought it was very fitting with the whole theme. So yeah, I just added that, and I'm adding here some stickers with some leaves just to add a pop of green so it's not too yellow everything. I am fussy cutting some of those bees that she sent me. She stamped a bunch of those bees into this craft paper, which I love that, so I just went ahead and fussy cut some of them so I could add it to the to the layout, and I think it turned out so good. I really liked it. I used a lot of those bees into this layout, you're gonna notice in a second. I pretty much used all of them. I think there was only one left that I didn't get to use it, but yeah. If you're curious about where I'm going to be writing here, the right side, the right portion of the page, that's where I'm going to be writing. I had a good amount of writing, but not I mean, not a lot. The right page was sufficient. So yeah, so that's why I decided to decorate it completely, you know, the left side, and do a tip in with her envelope, so that way I could still have space on the right to write my entry for the day. And I just used one of my Pigma brush pens in black, and I just wrote it a new, and she also included some of those stickers in yellow, blue, and green, and she added some word week and some weekdays. So I just fussy cut one of the words that said week, and I just put a new week, just to play with the words as well. I don't know, I just wanted an excuse to use that word week. But yeah, because I wanted to save the whole week. She added Monday through Sunday for me as well, but I wanted to save that to use it probably in my planner portion, so I didn't want to use up any of those. So yeah, for the date, I just grabbed another piece of paper from this vintage paper that she included there, and I added in a sticker that was actually gifted by her as well, in another letter. You know, that's that postage stamp sticker that says Arizona, and I just included that, and that was pretty much it for the right portion. I just wrote the date with my Pigma brush pen, and I call it good for that layout. Very simple, because besides, you know, the fact that I received her letter in the mail, pretty much my whole day was just working, so nothing interesting there. Anyways, moving on to the second layout. So for the second layout here, again, if you're new and you don't know how I journal daily, and what I like to do, usually how I write, it's based on what happened in my day. Of course, there's some days that I'm more, I don't know, chatty. I don't know if that's a good word, but you know, sometimes I have more things to write. There's personal things happening in my life. I have a lot of thoughts, and sometimes I have a lot to write. But there's some days that mainly I'm just writing about what happened. The whole idea, at least for me, about journaling, and every person's different, of course, but every person starts, you know, the habit of journaling for different reasons, right? For me, journaling, it's more about keeping a record of my life. I wanted to be able to go back in time in a couple of years and be able to, you know, read through my entries and be able to remember very vivid what happened in that day, or what happened in my life in some, you know, some time in my life. I've always journaled since I can remember. I remember I was like maybe 12 years old, 11, 12 years old, and I remember already carrying with me journals and journaling about my days that young. And I really don't remember where I picked up this, you know, this habit from. But yeah, I remember since I was young, writing in my journals, and I really wished I had kept those journals, because it would be so much fun to actually look back and see my 12-year-old me and read what I was, you know, what was happening in my life at that point. And of course, various points in my life. There are so many different times in my life that I wished I had a record of, you know, of my thoughts, so of what happened in more details. I feel like life goes by so fast, and it's just sometimes it feels like a blur, and you can't even remember what happened last weekend. It gets to a point that's like, especially the older you get, I feel that the more the time goes by so much faster, and the more feels that like life is literally a blur. And I don't know, I just feel that like, at least journaling for me, it makes me savor the time like that I got to experience. And it puts also a different perspective. I don't know, leave a comment down below, let me know if you guys are like that. But for me, like the fact that I'm constantly journaling, when I go back and I feel that's like my week was just very blunt, nothing like happened, nothing, I'm constantly trying to come up with different ways to spice it up my life, if that makes any sense. Like the habit of journaling really brings a different perspective, to the point that's like you are recording your life constantly, so it makes you constantly reflect on what is actually happening in your life. And it makes you realize that sometimes it's like, okay, like a whole month went by. And I do that like every time, at the end of every month, I read my entire month. And I like to do that because my last entry of the month, I like to do a reflection of what happened throughout the month. So I like to read all my entries, and that gives you such a different perspective. It's like, oh man, like I need to spice it up my life a little bit. There's, something missing. And sometimes, I don't know, I think it's a good way of always reflecting about what you are doing with your life. Are you going where you want to go? Are you living the life the way that you want to live? Are you experiencing the things that you'd like to experience in life? And yeah, it's very interesting. Let me know in the comments if you guys are like that too. Like you feel that's like, since you've been journaling, especially if you journal daily about your life, if you feel very reflective and constantly in this state of mind that's like, it makes you constantly be reflecting about how you're living your life, and if you're living your life to the fullest. Let me know down below if it's just me. Maybe it's just me. But anyways, moving on. So for this day here, October 6th, Tuesday, I spent pretty much my entire day revolving towards finishing my September insert. So I had a couple of layouts that I needed to complete and finish writing. Yeah, once I was done with that, I spent the rest of the day recording my flip through video. By the way, if you haven't had a chance to watch my flip through video for the month of September, I do have a video in my channel. I'll link it above here on the screen so you can check it out later if you'd like. But yeah, and that's why I decided for that layout there. And I'm sorry I didn't even mention anything about what I was doing because I was chatting so much. But I pretty much decide that I wanted to kind of recreate my September insert. I didn't do exactly, but I wanted, because my whole day evolved around me finishing up my September insert, I wanted my layout to be something that remind me of how my September insert was decorated. So the way that I decorated my insert, especially my planner portion and the cover, was with this beautiful beige, white, pink vintage theme. It's like it was a floral vintage theme, so I picked this theme and I went with it to remind me of the entire insert, because pretty much that was what my whole day was involved around. So I wanted something, a layout that would remind me of that. So that's why most of the things there that I used, if you've watched my September flip through, you're gonna notice that there's a lot of items and ephemeras that I use, that I repeated, that I use in my September insert. So yeah, now moving on to our last layout for today. This was October 7th. This was a Wednesday. This day here, I pretty much spent my entire day recording videos and working, so nothing fun there. I mean, I love recording videos, don't get me wrong, but working, nothing fun, the working portion. But one thing that was really amazing that happened, this day I actually hit 700 subscribers in my YouTube channel. So I don't know if you noticed there on my you know, on the bottom right of the page, I did edit this vellum paper that says it's, you know, it has a 700 right there. So that's why, because I wanted somehow to indicate that this was the day that I actually hit 700 subscribers. So I, as always, every time that I hit like you know, a milestone in my YouTube channel, I like to take a moment to thank every one of you guys for subscribing, for supporting my YouTube channel. You guys have no idea how much it means to me. I mean, it's still beyond me that there's 700, I mean now more than 700 people that decided to subscribe to my channel so they can watch more of my videos. It blows my mind. I'm so happy for it, so thank you from the bottom of my heart. But yeah, let me bring it close here so you guys can see all of the details for each one of those layouts that we worked at today. I hope you guys enjoyed those, and you grabbed some inspiration from at least one of them. But yeah, that's it for today, guys. Again, thank you so much for subscribing, for commenting, liking my videos. I truly appreciate it, each one of you, and your support. It means so much to me, really. So thank you. All right, I'll let you guys go. I'll see you guys tomorrow for another video. Again, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye for now.